Members of the Jefferson City Fire Department, please come to attention as we celebrate a century of full-time service to our community.
Selecting call frequency 1.
Hi, good morning everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Lane with KRCG 13 and this is Zach Paul with KRCG 13. We're so glad you guys could all make it this morning. We know it's a little chilly, so thanks for hanging out with us. And we're all here to celebrate Jefferson City's 100 years of service and to say thank you for all of your hard work, and we appreciate everything you do.
At this time, we want to have Deputy State Fire Marshal Greg Carroll and Jefferson City Fire Chief Robert Rennick on board.
Good morning. I appreciate being asked to appear today. On behalf of the State Fire Marshal's Office and our staff, I want to congratulate the Jefferson City Fire Department on this accomplishment. In addition, I have two documents I'd like to read this morning. One is a Senate resolution and the other is a proclamation from the Office of the Governor. Whereas the members of the Missouri Senate hold in high esteem those public safety organizations that help improve the quality of life in local communities and neighborhoods through the excellence of their professionalism and devotion to duty, and whereas the Jefferson City Fire Department was established on October 7, 1912, for the protection of individuals in the greater community, and whereas the residents, businesses, and institutions of Jefferson City appreciate the dedication and sacrifice embodied by the work of past and present firefighters and rest comfortably in the protection they provide, and whereas it is fitting and proper that the Missouri Senate should pause in its diverse daily activities in order to acknowledge milestone events in the histories of such outstanding local governing agencies such as the Jefferson City Fire Department, now therefore be it resolved that we, the members of the Missouri Senate 96th General Assembly, join to applaud the history, goals, and accomplishments associated with the Jefferson City Fire Department, and to convey to all those involved in this legislative body the most heartfelt best wishes for a highly successful 100th anniversary celebration, and be it further resolved that the Secretary of the Senate be instructed to prepare a properly inscribed document and resolution of the honor of the Jefferson City Fire Department, and it's been offered by Senator Mike Kehoe. The second document is a proclamation from the Office of the Governor. Whereas due to a flue fire, the Missouri State Capitol burned to the ground on November 15, 1837. 10 days later, the Jeffersonian Republicans pleaded for a fire company to be formed with the discipline sufficient to form a line to the river with buckets. And whereas on January 26, 1842, a meeting of the townspeople was held at the Cole County Courthouse, and resolutions were presented to the city. These resolutions, the backbone of today's fire department, dealt with the extinguishment, investigation, and prevention of fires. 2 fire companies were formed that night, one east of Madison Street and the other west of Madison. And whereas during January 1868, a group of concerned citizens began to rebuild a fire company and raised $800 for the purchase of a new hand-operated fire engine. On February 1st, 1868, the City Council made up the other $200 needed to buy the engine, and on July 1st, 1868, the Wallace was delivered. And whereas in May of 1904, Fire Chief Lewis Ott placed a horse-drawn hose wagon in service, assigned a regular driver to the wagon to care for the horses. The wagon was stored in a livery stable at 324 East Main Street, which is now known as Capitol Avenue. And whereas on October 7, 1912, City Ordinance 1089 created the first paid fire department in Jeff City. Now therefore I, Jeremiah J. Nixon, Governor of the State of Missouri, do hereby recognize the 100th anniversary of the Jefferson City Fire Department. Congratulations to Chief Rennick, the staff, and the personnel of the Jefferson City Fire Department.
Thank you all for coming, Jefferson City firefighters. Thank you, retired firefighters. Thank you. All those that are here as visitors, all those of you that have traveled the miles to come here to be in our parade, thank you. As we commence and end this event, please take time to go around and look at all the different fire apparatus. The history of Jefferson City is echoed in many of these pieces of equipment that you see around us. And again, thank you. And this has been a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to share what Jefferson City is all about. Thank you.
I'd now like to introduce Jefferson City Mayor Eric Strum.
My first introduction to the fire service was when my father was a volunteer fireman. The fire was actually behind our house in the subdivision, if I had to guess, probably 1,000 yards away. As that home started to burn and smoke came out, I was able to listen as a son what my father and those other firefighters were going through. That was a feeling that I will never forget. Not knowing what would happen to your dad in his first fire, or one of his first fires, I should say, was something that I hold very dear to my heart. As a 10-year veteran of the Cole County Volunteer Fire Department, and Dad also served for 35 years, it is my honor to be your mayor, gentlemen and ladies on the department, and chief. But more than that, I think as a community, we thank you and your families for what they go through each and every call that you make. Audience, how about a round of applause for our fire department? I'm honored to be your mayor and honored to be here today for this 100th anniversary of the Jefferson City Fire Department. Thank you.
Next to speak is City Administrator Nathan Nicholas.
Thank you. On behalf of the mayor, the city council, and the people of Jefferson City, I want to congratulate all of you and the Jefferson City firefighters on this, their 100th anniversary. I thank all the firefighters present here for their service. We appreciate your coming, but I want for a moment to address our firefighters. I can't tell you what it means to be a firefighter. That's something that each firefighter learns from the men and women in the department. I can tell you that recently I attended a retirement lunch for a firefighter with 29 years of service. Some of our newest firefighters were there, seasoned veterans were there, retired firefighters hobbled with age were there. All of them were like a family, separated by generations, but united by a common bond. A bond that crosses lines of age, gender, race. They all knew what it meant to be a firefighter. And those of us there who were not were humbled to be in their presence. I can tell you what this anniversary means to the people of Jefferson City. You are members of a professional firefighting team. The Jefferson City Fire Department is the pride of Jefferson City. It is the best in the state, the best in the country. The citizens of your city are counting on you to uphold this tradition. When a shiny red fire truck rolls by, we feel proud. Those are our guys. We know they're on the way with the right training, the right equipment, at the right time to do the right thing. When a firefighter rescues a child or just takes time to show him the new engine, we feel proud. When we read in the paper, in the comfort of our own homes, how firefighters fought all night in freezing temperatures to save a home from destruction, we feel proud. Those are our guys. We stand behind you but we cannot stand with you. We cannot, because you come when we are at our worst, when chaos and fear are consuming us. We will be panicked, irrational, helpless. But you will be calm. You will know what to do. And we know that if there's any way humanly possible, you will make things right. I remember a former colleague who left Jefferson City and moved to another city. We were talking about fire departments and the petty squabbles that sometimes we have. And he said, you know, hardly a day goes on in his city when you don't read in the paper about a building that was completely destroyed by a fire. He said, you know, you hardly ever hear about that in Jefferson City. He said, you guys really got something there. And you know what? We do. Every day when a home or office doesn't burn down, that's not by chance. It's because our fire department invested in fire codes, in inspections, and in education to prevent those fires. And when a fire does happen, we have the personnel, the response time, and the equipment to control that event. There was a time not long ago when a kitchen fire meant that a home would be lost, when an office fire meant that a whole block would be consumed, when any fire meant that an entire city might be destroyed. That doesn't happen much anymore. There was a time when a heart attack meant death, when being trapped in a car meant you were going to die. That doesn't happen much anymore. But it's not by chance. It's because of what you do, what you've been trained to do. That's what keeps us safe. That's why we're proud of you, because you have made that commitment to others. Today, everyone is telling you how proud they are of you. But I want you to remember, as you ride that big truck, you look at the people who've pulled over to let you by, we're proud of you every day. Congratulations.
Now Mr. Tim Young has some awards to hand out.
I get the fun part. We have awards for several departments that have participated in the parade. The Herculaneum Fire Department, they're going home with 2 awards. They took Best in Show and Furthest Travel. Would Herculaneum Fire Department please come up front? For the Herculaneum guys, I know some of those folks. I got my start with one of their neighboring departments with Rock Community Fire District. Union Fire Department, they brought the oldest truck, the oldest hand pump. Would the Union Fire Department please come up front? Are the guys from Union still here? Does anybody know? Okay. The oldest motorized truck goes to the Washington Fire Department. Would you please come forward? We have the brother of a Jefferson City fire captain accepting the award, Mike Holtmeyer from Washington Fire Department. The newest apparatus goes to one of our neighboring departments right next door, the Land Fire Protection District. Our Chief Ronnie Holt is going to accept the award. I would again like to echo the chief's comments about the departments that participated. We thank you very much. Thank all of you for showing up today.
Once again, a big round of applause to all the firefighters and the anniversary, the 100th year for the Jefferson City Fire Department. That's going to conclude today's festivities, but don't forget, at 1:30, there's going to be a bagpipe demonstration downtown, what was that, Madison and High Streets? And also, shops, businesses are open. Please shop, spend your money, and support local business. Thank you for coming.
Okay, guys, let's go. So, what are we gonna eat? That pizza place we worked at?